Hey everybody, JD, aka Ragin Cajun Comics. Welcome to another Comic and Collectible Treasures. Excuse my voice, I came up with a little frog in my throat this morning, so I'm going to troop through this right here and get it going. We have a special guest and a brother from the Black Sheep Comic Club. I can't wait to see what he's going to show off from his collection. So without any further ado, we're just going to bring him on, and I'm going to mute myself from time to time because I have a cough. So I apologize, and let's just get this brother on here. Robs.Fatstax. What's up, brother?
Why'd you eat a Frenchman? You got a little frog in your throat, right?
Yes.
Eat a Frenchman? Yeah. Yeah. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, brother.
I feel honored to finally get the invite to come on. I'm like, oh, for so long, I'm like, God damn, dude, when is this dude going to invite me? I don't know.
I know. I don't know why I took it the wrong way, and we talked about it, and I was just like, I don't know what the hell I didn't do it. So
people don't. They get intimidated. They go, oh, he's big. He's got a lot of subscribers, which is not a lot of subscribers, but everything's relative, right?
Yeah.
And I remember it was that way when I was you go, oh, I don't know if I want to invite. He'll think, who's this guy? Moral of the story is you only strike out at the pitches you don't take.
That's true. Once you and Robert told me that, and I did take it to heart, and I was like, you know what, you're right. What the hell was I waiting for? And I'm like, I see you pretty much every Friday. Yes. I don't know why.
And now we're here, and I'm going to be showing off my paperclip and rubber band collection.
But we were chatting earlier, so it's all good, brother. I appreciate you taking the time and doing this. Going to catch you later on, probably with.
I'll be on the low grades. Yeah. Yes. If I fall asleep during this, it's nothing on you. It's only because I started this morning at like 4 a.m. my time with a different stream before I had to work.
I don't know how you do it.
I'm on my second pot of coffee, so
Yeah, I don't know if I can. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I don't know if I could do that. But hey, kudos and props to you for being able to do it. Especially
there's always methamphetamines.
Yeah. You got me going there. But welcome to Comic and Collectible Treasures, brother. This show is about you, and only show that I do is putting everybody's shout out at the beginning where they can find you, because I get so excited watching all your treasures in your collection that I forget to do it at the end. I did that the first, I think, 5 episodes of this, and I was like, oh, shoot, I forgot to shout you out and see where they can find you and everything. So I do it at the beginning.
Hey, that's fair. That's why during my live stream, I do it in the middle.
Yes. So
at my intermission, this is a great time to do it.
We're going to start at the beginning.
People aren't bailing. Also,
where can they find you, brother?
Well, everywhere on Instagram and on YouTube, I'm available and to be found at Robs.Fatstax. I do YouTube content 3 times a week. On my channel. Mondays, I generally do a haul type show, typically. Every once in a while, it mixes up with something else, maybe a product review or something. But generally, it's what did I bring into my collection? Currently on Thursdays, I'm doing a series called Only My Slabs, which is a derivative of my own Saturday show. Crazy. And I feel like I'm Todd McFarlane. I'm copying my own stuff and repackaging it. So Thursdays, I grab 12 graded books out of my collection, and I sit down and we go through them. This week, I just did one on vintage sci-fi. For the most part, was the bulk of the books. And it's generally a mix of stuff. Oftentimes, sometimes stuff is grouped together, but it's a really interesting video, I think. And then Saturday is my collector showcase, similar to this, only we focus only and exclusively on graded comics, and that's only slabs, where I have collectors come on. They bring 20 to 24 of their graded comic books, and we get to learn about them through their graded comic book collection.
Great show. I did get invited. I joined, and it was one of the funniest but best experiences. So anybody in the community that wants to show off their slabs, hit up Rob. You'll get to hang out with them. And
we are booked out into May now. But hey, you know what? That's a nice problem to have.
Yes. So can't wait to see your episodes. I love watching them. I'm always doing something, but always watching Saturdays.
Tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, you can tune in, and we're going to have Chonko Comics on.
Yeah.
Chonko's got a great set of slabs, and can't wait to have him back on.
And don't forget, he has the greatest giveaway ever in this YouTube
The
channel.
Greatest weekly
YouTube
giveaway box on YouTube. Yeah.
So
we have to put those caveats on there.
Yes, definitely. Let's see the chat. See if we have anybody here. Say hello to them. John Big Daddy, what's up, brother Ross? You were talking. I saw his little notification. It was checking on us to make sure we're okay. It's raining, but not hard today like the other day. But
blue skies.
He doesn't get the.
It's a not even. I can't say cold because I know you're having cold. It's mildly brisk, 59 degrees today.
Yeah, right here's in the 50s, but we did get sprinkles earlier today, and now it's raining hard outside. So if you lose me, I apologize because I did lose the internet yesterday, which was
Doc
for like 2 hours.
Thank you so much.
Horrible. Mad Cave, what's up, brother? Thank you for joining us. Austin, thank you for tuning in here. Appreciate you. Oh my God, we got the ladies. Sheen, I believe, is using this part, so I appreciate you stopping by.
Kitty Bird
is the word. What's up? I appreciate you dropping by. So that's how it is, right? Who we have right now. So I apologize again for my voice. So basically, Rob, this is your show. We get to hang out and just check out your stuff and see what you got.
Freaky Louie, brother.
What's up?
The most criminally undersubbed man on all of YouTube.
We need to sub him up. I follow, but we gotta get some followers.
You need to get Freaky Louie on this show.
Yes,
that's entertainment.
I can't wait. I'll DM him. I'll get this going for this year.
Have your people call his people and set something up.
We'll get it going. I could use you as people to get you into those people.
Absolutely.
All right. So this basically is your show. We want to see what you collect. And like before, I was telling you earlier, you show whatever you like. Comics is, of course, is the foundation that we all connect with. But people do collect other things. So we're gonna see if you do. If not, if it's just comics, it's all good.
No, I do collect some other things. I collect different size Post-it pens.
Hey, if that's your collection,
we're gonna do different office supplies. Let's see. This pen is a blue pen, and this one's a black pen. No, I did want to. I thought about this and wanted to figure out what to do. I don't want to necessarily show off the same things I always show off all the time, and I think that's one of the things that's fun. I think a lot of people know. Okay, Rob's got some bangers. Oh, okay. And at first, I was going to do. After watching you do your episode with Rich and you guys go back and forth talking about me constantly about sci-fi books, I thought about pulling out a bunch of my golden age sci-fi books, and I'd even ripped a bunch of them off the top row, which nobody can ever see. But I changed my mind and I put them back and decided I'm going to go a completely different direction for him. I split into two different things.
Okay.
Today. So first I want to start off with something that's some people know, but doesn't get as much of attention, is that I am a bit of a Nightmare Before Christmas fan. And so my house is, yes, there's the Great Wall of Comics, but all around the house, and unfortunately this I can't show, there are original movie posters from Nightmare Before Christmas from all around the world. There's 14 different posters up from around the world. Plus I've got another 3 or 4 really big ones that haven't been framed yet. But I got stuff from everything from like characters like this guy who's one of my favorite all times. His face tears off and he's got God, it's always
for some people who don't know his name, Oogie Boogie.
Yeah, Oogie Boogie, and there's bugs and stuff underneath there.
Thank you for
you get like And Oogie Boogie is my
that's
favorite.
cool.
So you get the Oogie Boogie Pez dispenser.
That is sick.
You get the Oogie Boogie pop-ups. Right? And we got like, you'll recognize some of these things like the Oogie Boogie popcorn buckets.
Yep.
I'm really upset I missed out on the mayor's car one.
Rob, your connection right here, brother.
I know. Well, now I know.
See, I knew you liked Nightmare Before Christmas, but I didn't think you were that big of a Nightmare Before Christmas fan.
So I've got bottle.
I have those.
We got this is just a couple of them because I didn't want to grab them all, but you remember, I don't know if you remember these guys from the Disney store for a while. They had like all these little I got the the full collection of these guys. These are just some of the examples of some of the little things. And don't worry, I'm not going to run out of stuff. I've got a lot of shit here to show.
Shit, I love your popcorn bucket.
my Oogie Boogie dice, right? But and then there's like stuff. Oh yeah, you want to get more dice? You start getting to the games, right? So you get the Yahtzee cup. So you get the whole, and you get the Nightmare Christmas Monopoly.
Wow.
And Operation.
Oh, I didn't get that. I seen it. That's cool.
Clue.
That is cool.
You get Munchkin. Have you ever played Munchkin?
No.
Oh, dude. So if you ever, did you ever play like Dungeons and Dragons as a kid?
Yes.
Okay. So Munchkin was a game that takes place kind of in that world. Initially, in the base game, it's basically just kicking down dungeons, fighting doors, fighting monsters, getting loot without doing all the story building and trying to compete against one another. You can either work together. It's a great game. I'll show you. I'll send you a video so you can learn about it. But it's one of the most fun games with kids and adults, everything else. But this one happens to be a themed version for Nightmare Before Christmas. Of course, you got to have your own Trivial Pursuit.
Oh yes,
right.
My sister has that.
Yeah, you got to have all these different things. But the thing that kicked it all off, not necessarily for me, but just in general, this is a first print. This is the original.
Oh yeah,
this is the original story that the movie was actually based on. So it include. Oops, let me get the. So you get some of the original art.
Yeah, that's badass.
And it is. I remember I pulled this out and read this to my kids when they were young. It's not exactly a kid's story.
No, but I love that you have that. That is amazing.
This is Tate says, I got an image of Rob's house taking up city block with books. Yeah. So, there's more. Hold on. You want some cereal?
Nice. Oh, you got the zero. Nice. Oh, dude, this is cool.
Now, this shit has been up there for a while. It is solid as a brick inside this box.
Oh, man.
But, and then, of course, there's fun. I mean, I didn't even try to pull down some of the Funko Pops. It's just ridiculous. There's, there's probably 130 something Funko Pops, and all of them are Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, it's the only thing that I have for that stuff is it's all Nightmare Before Christmas. And I started off with collecting the movie posters. Mm-hmm. That's what I was collecting. And then a lot of the other stuff I have has just been stuff that people have handed to me. were
you get it for
gifted
your
me over
birthdays
time.
and
Like
all
even
that.
like this little thing, which is like a handcrafted thing that
that's
somebody
cool.
did. And so it usually sits up on one of my shelves, surrounded by all the little figures, right?
Yeah.
And stuff, which is really kind of cool. There's snow globes and trading cards and shot glasses and the just so much ridiculous stuff. But over time, people, some stuff people given to me, and then I eventually kind of got into the Funko Pops for it. And Nightmare Before Christmas abounds. There's a cuckoo clock. Nightmare Before Christmas cuckoo clock around the corner stuff. And we want, I do. It becomes that's October 1st every year. If we fire up, let's watch Nightmare Before Christmas. Boom, throw it up on the TV. Let's watch it. Let's watch it again December 1st. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll watch that like every other month.
Oh, here it comes. My wife is on cue.
Oh, that is sick. Nice.
So zero comes out and it plays the whole Nightmare Before Christmas theme while it's or Halloween Town while it's going. So thank you, dear.
Is sick. Yes.
Yeah.
See, I knew you collect, but I didn't know you were that hardcore with that. Wow.
So I mean, I'm not really hardcore on it. Is that Nightmare Before Christmas came out a long time ago, in reality, and it has just been, even though it was the Disney bastard, right? It was like, okay, Disney threw it over onto Buena Vista for distribution because they didn't really know what to think about it. It wasn't really their wholesome thing. Of course, by today's standards, it is a wholesome thing. But they didn't know what to do with it. But man, they were quick to really take its cult status and milk it for every penny they could. Especially if you go in Japan, there is so much merchandise. I mean, 6-foot character dolls and just like ridiculous stuff. So I really tried to stay away from most of the figures and all the other stuff. And I had focused just on the movie posters.
Oh, okay.
And then over time, like I said, people would go, oh, Rob likes Nightmare for Christmas. Let's give him something of this. Let's give him this. And so people would give me little pieces of things here and there. And then I'd start picking up things here and there. So there we go. And now it's gotten to the point now where I've kind of I ran out of space for Funkos. And so I said, that's it. I'm not collecting any more Funkos. And so I haven't picked up any more because it was Disney would put out every year at Halloween time, October, they would drop 8 more Funko Pops.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why am I buying? If somebody gives them to me, great, but I'm not going to go buy these things. I don't have room for them. They're taking up too much space. Somebody someday when I'm dead is going to have to deal with all this crap. And, that sucks to be them.
That's what I said.
Not having to break tinfoil. Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
No, I've loved, I've gone to Disney to go see, Nightmare Before Christmas when they take over a haunted mansion, and stuff, which is fabulous. And, but yeah, no, I mean, it's just, I don't know if there's something about it. It's fun. I like it. I don't know if is Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween movie or is it a Christmas movie?
To me, I always go that it's a Christmas movie.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Well, it's based on the Christmas time period. Well, for me, just watching it, I know you're going to tell me history about it, but for me, it's always it's on Christmas time.
It's a trope. There's a Christmas trope in it. Christmas is in danger.
Yes.
Santa saves Christmas. Ergo, Christmas movie.
Yes.
QFE, any other argument is a moot argument. I'll still watch it at Halloween, don't get me wrong, but it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah. I agree.
So,
wow.
So there you go. Yeah. That's that part of the. I thought I'd start off with this to mix it up, give you something different. Most people have only seen some of my Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, either if they've been one of the few that lives near me to come here and see the house, or the people. I think one time I did a show with Triple G Comics, I think, where we did a lot of this other stuff. Christmas is in the title. Enough said. No, there you go.
Yes.
There's a good argument too. So I did that. Now I do want to show some comics.
Let's do it.
But instead of showing just, oh, here's my first books, or here's these expensive books, or all of this stuff. One of the things, and you saw some of this when you saw me at WonderCon last year, and some of the folks who are watching who've seen me at Heroes Con know, aside from hunting big books, I also am really into getting original sketch covers. Your chances to get original art, and I don't want to I'm sorry about my camera, guys. I know, don't make comments. It sucks. I don't want to have a bunch of 11 by 17s. They're difficult for me to store. They take up a lot of space. I don't have wall space to display them because my movie posters are up on the walls. So I like sketch covers. And so I brought a bunch of sketch covers, all ones that I acquired at comic conventions, because I wanted to focus on the convention aspect of comic book sketch cover collecting. Now, WonderCon's coming up for us in a couple months.
Yes.
I already have 2 commissions in progress.
Oh, nice.
For there. Because I actually now, it's funny, is I actually have artists now who've reached out to me to say, hey, I'm going to be at WonderCon. Do you want to get on the list or whatever? and so someone say, oh, no, I'm good. And then there's some I go, yeah, you know what? I only have one piece from you or whatever. I want to do that. Or they've been doing extra stuff with comics curing cancer. And so I want to do something for them, and I'll get a piece stuff for them. So, So I will always look at those lists of when I'm going to be going to a convention. I always like to look out ahead of time, who's going to be there, find out what kind of pricing there is, look at their Instagram, see what kind of art they do, see if their style matches what I'm looking for necessarily. I don't necessarily go for the big name artists, because I don't really want to spend $1,000 on a sketch cover. I want to be in that, under 300 if I can help it. So there's a lot out there to do, and and there's gonna be some different aspects here of some of the stuff that you can find. I'll start off with a couple raw ones I have. This one was one of an example where I was at GalaxyCon this year, and I did not commission this. This was sitting, I was talking to Corey Smith at his table about comics curing cancer, and this was sitting on display, and it was just so damn fabulous or fantastic.
Yes, it's fantastic.
That I couldn't not put it in my pocket and take it. So there's always, at conventions, there's 2 options with artists. A lot of them have pre-done art that's there, and we'll show some examples, some of that stuff and sometimes it's great values. Now, when you get to a named artist like Corey Smith here, it wasn't a great value, but it wasn't a bad value either, because if I were to commission a full figure, full color from him, it would be $400 to $500. So picking it up for $300 was a good deal from him. But there are some when you can be just walking around the con, and like I found this one from this is Brian Lacy art, and I found him at Heroes Con as I was walking around, and this was $50.
Nice.
Just sitting on a pre-done. He had a stack of a whole tray full of pre-done books, And I was just like flipping through them. I said, you know what? Hey, for $50, yeah, I'm picking up Miles Morales. Let's go.
Yep. I kind of do the same thing as you. Like I have a couple of pieces from Ryan Benjamin where he considered it his sketches trash. To me, it's a treasure because you didn't finish it, but it still looks beautiful for me, and I just buy them for like $50 or $80 off of him.
Yeah,
and it has color.
And it was great. Some of these cons, when you walk in Artist Alley, there will be guys who aren't, you know, they may not be doing comic books and stuff, or maybe they're indie guys. But some of them are. This is one where I found he's a tattoo artist, but just decided to start switching to do comic art and stuff. And this was a pre-done that was sitting there, and you can definitely tell the tattoo style elements that kind of go into there. This was his very first time using Copic markers.
Hell yeah.
And again, this was like a $50 sketch cover.
Here's a little borrow from your show, and I have to do this. Damn! Wow, that's amazing.
Actually, these next two, these are not from a convention, I should say. I'm also a member of a sketch cover group on Facebook, and I seen somebody post these books, and I just made a comment, said, man, I'm jealous. And he reached out and he said, oh, I'm the artist. Actually, these are available if you're interested. And he gave me a price on them, and I was like, I was trying to decide which one I wanted. And he goes, are you interested? I said, oh, I'm just trying to decide which one I want. And he goes, well, if you want to get them both, I do them for $200 shipped. And I said, now he's in Indonesia. And I'm like, oh, $200. I said, I don't know this guy, but it was a closed Facebook group. He was a top contributor in the group. I decided I'd take the risk. So I sent him the money, and he kept sending me pictures every step away of him packaging it, him in line at the post office, of the tracking numbers and everything. Got him in about a week. And the first one is Batgirl, which of course is a reproduction of a page out of one of the Adventures annual, whatever. And he's got the little sign after Bruce Timm. But it's like a panel for panel recreation out of one of those books. It is a freaking amazing. I was like, oh, that is a most insane cover. I love it. Yeah. And then he had the second one starts as it's a wraparound, and it starts with on the backside with Barbara and Commissioner Gordon there, of course. And then, of course, she's in her changing mode as she's changing to become Batgirl.
That is sick.
So, I mean, if you get, this is the fun thing about up and coming artists, or artists sometimes in different parts of the world, what you can get for $100, double-sided, multiple figures, full color. There's not a page there's the only white space left is the Comics Authorities up. Yeah, this is absolutely crazy. It's insane. So that's an awesome book.
That's an insane pickup right there.
I was very pleased. All right. So this is from Cully Hamner. And Cully, I asked him it was great, as I had seen him at WonderCon. This one is one of these fun stories. I asked him for a quick sketch. He was going to do his con quick, because a full figure with color or from him was like $300 something. I didn't want to spend that much. It was a quick head sketch. It was going to be like $115. So I said, let me get that.
Yeah.
And he said, okay. And I dropped my book off, and he said, come back tomorrow. And I came back, and that was Saturday. I dropped it off. Sunday, I go there Sunday to pick it up, and I get told his handler says, oh, hey, so Cully did it, but he did it on the wrong book by mistake. So he's got to redo it. So can you come back later today? I said, all right, fine. So I came back later, And oh, Cully hasn't had a chance to get to it yet. How late are you going to be here tonight? And I'm like, oh, dude, don't worry about it. I said, I'm perfectly fine. Take it home. Ship it to me. My name and address are on the book, because on all these, when I take them, I put address labels on the back of all my books when I hand them to the artists. Take it home. Take your time. Don't rush. Please do. And he goes, hey, man, I really appreciate that. You're helping me out a lot. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you a nice upgrade. And so when I got it, we get the full figure Batman with some color, which is great. It was cool. And so I do this with most of my sketch covers. I'll send them to CBCS and I get the art label. And for anybody who doesn't know, the reason I do this is because, one, I don't want to have a grade. This is what's unique about this. Yeah. I don't, with these books, you're giving it a grade to make it different from the 40,000 copies that exist. There's only one of these. There's no need to give it a grade. And if I get a grade on, if I send this in for a grade, and if it comes back, if this came back an 8.0, would you think differently of the art? Perhaps it might affect your brain. But this one's a book, a perfect example where look at all this is all this dirt from his art board.
Yeah.
Stuff, right? This book would be nails, just slammed on the grading because of that. Well, who cares?
Get that beautiful art in the front. That's all you need.
Exactly.
That's a cool story for that one.
One of the guys every year at Heroes Con, he's been absolutely I've talked to him, and he's been a great friend of Comics Curing Cancer. He himself has had some skin cancer that he had to dealt with, so he's been super supportive. Is Chris Campana, and he's done a couple pieces, and he did a piece for me. This most recent one, wow. He did this Mysterio, which was pretty damn cool because I've been collecting my Spider-Man rogues.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of great. Matter of fact, this last year, it was so funny, is I've had several years where I've gotten things from him, and I didn't arrange to have one done this past year in 2025. And when I walked by him just to say hello, he goes, oh, hey, do you have a sketch cover for me? And I'm like, oh, I didn't set up a commission with you, I don't think. And he goes, no. I thought you were dropping something off for me to do for Comics Curing Cancer. I'm like, oh, well, I have extra blanks. I'll pull something out for you. And we start talking, and he's like, oh, so what did I do last year? I said, well, last year you'd done a couple sketch covers in the past, but last year you just gave us a page. He goes, oh, I did? He says, all right, well, in that case, he says, here, forget your sketch cover book. He pulls out his book and says, here, pick one of these pages and take one of those. But it's great. I mean, he's such a fun guy to talk to and get to know. And he's one of those intermediate artists that he's on a lot of things. You've probably seen some of his work, but he's not a household name necessarily, right? This next one, one of these rogues. This is insane. This Craven.
Yeah.
So this book I had done by an artist who actually, when I first got introduced to him, was through Richard, the Team Ohana Comics.
Yeah.
He had this artist on, is Deegan Puchkors, and Deegan was just getting started, was doing a cover art for Radiant Black or Radiant Pink.
Oh, okay.
And he was working in that universe there, doing some stuff. And since then, he's gone on and started doing some G.I. Joe and some other stuff. But I managed to get set up with him to do a sketch cover commission, and he gave me this nice full color. Now, this was a pain in the butt to get. I will warn anybody who does business with him that expect a lot of disappointment in trying to get a hold of him, trying to get him to respond, to get him to follow through. It is like pulling teeth from a hungry alligator, and you're wearing chicken gloves. It's just not it's nothing you want to deal with. But I was super happy to finally get the end product from him, and it turned out absolutely fabulous. I
It
mean,
is amazing.
just an incredible Craven.
Look at the detail he had on there, like on the.
Oh,
Oh no, you're good. I could
yeah.
just see the detail he put on that.
Yeah.
That's sick.
This was actually from a local little, you know, those little shows you get like in a one day only in a hotel ballroom or something. This was one of those at like a Holiday Inn, no less. And Chuck Patton was there.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, and I'm like, oh, I was looking at some of his stuff. I'm all, hey, would you do a commission? And he's like, yeah. And I really liked some of his dynamic. I was telling him I really love your superheroes, how their dynamic poses and stuff. And I asked him if he would do a scorpion for me. And so he pulled the scorpion. And he made so that way the tail's busting through the Spider-Man trade dress, and the letters are down below, falling to the ground and stuff. And just some great pencil work and such. Just and so these are fun. This is like, you know, I don't know. I can't remember. This was obviously a couple of years ago, but I want to say this was about a $200 commission. And that's what, you know, a full figure. I like full figures or 3/4 figures. I don't necessarily like headshots too often. And so I usually end up spending a little bit more for that, but it's phenomenal.
That is amazing. Wow. Sorry, I muted myself because I'm coughing.
No.
And it's
no problem. All right. This is one of my all-time favorite sketch covers. Because it is whimsy, and it's one that a buddy of mine had put this thought in my head, and I finally I went through with it. And it was until recently the most expensive sketch cover I had done, because this character, this is Bill Morrison. And it's a 2-figure character, two figures in color. So it costs like $500.
Yeah, I would say $455. Yeah,
exactly. But I'm a big sci-fi guy, as you know.
Yes.
Bill Morrison, for anyone who doesn't know, does like the Simpson comics and Futurama and all this other stuff. And so I asked, and I don't know if you were familiar at all with Magnus Robot Fighter, but his outfit and the outfit worn by Dupe, especially Zap Brannigan,
are
like one and the same. So
yeah. Oh, that is so cool. Yeah. Oh shit, that's a grand slam right there, dude. I love it.
The hardest part is finding a Magnus Robot Fighter blank.
Yeah. That is sick. I love it. Wow.
Yeah. I was like, oh, well, can you do this? And he's like, oh, yeah, sure. Why not?
That is cool. I love that. Wow.
So yeah, it's one of my favorites, just because it's, like I said, it's just so silly, but it's so spot on in reality, because when you look at the classic gold key Magnus, he was wearing the red tunic with the white boots and white gloves and stuff, exactly the same as Zap Brannigan, only it probably wasn't velour.
That is fire. I love that one. Wow. Oh man.
All right. So I have known, in addition to being a sci-fi guy, a lot of people early on, especially as going bootlegger, knew me as the 2099 guy.
Yes.
Because I have an affinity. I will buy a lot of stupid, shiny 2099 books. As a matter of fact, we almost got a bunch of them before I pulled an Audible. Because Spider-Man, I didn't start collecting comics personally until the 90s.
Yeah.
And the matter of fact, the very first book I pulled off of a rack for myself was Spider-Man 2099 #1. And so ever since then, that has been a big thing for me. So recently at 2 years ago at Heroes Con, I had the opportunity to have Rick Leonardi Spider-Man 2099 for me. So I was all in on that. I said, let's go.
Yeah, forget about it. That's sick.
Yeah. Rick Leonardi, of course, one half of the creators for Spider-Man 2099.
Nah, that's a sick one. I like that one a lot.
So these some of the, you get some of those bigger artists, but then fortunately there are also again some of those other artists that do some amazing work that can cost a lot less. And one of those gentlemen that I've been fortunate enough to become good friends with. I originally found him randomly on Instagram, had some work done with him, then passed his name along, and he's been doing stuff. He's been partnered with us now at Comics Curing Cancer for the last couple years, doing amazing work. One of the very first sketch covers I had him do for me, and it was less than $200 back in the day. And he often does sketch covers for, like I said, very reasonable. Something like this is normally like $125, $150 sketch cover sometimes, but had him do a Gwenno.
Ooh.
And yes, I'm holding it right side up. That's the water tower up here.
Yeah.
So just this insanely cool. And this is Chad Schoetle, who goes by the moniker Schoetle Arts.
Dude, he put like mean detail into the webbing. I love that.
Yeah, that's just the insane work he's done. He's
sick.
He's just done some really great stuff for us. Matter of fact, he did our centerfold in the 2025 art book and was featured on a lot of our book stuff. So
that is super cool. Yes.
Award-winning facial hair. What? Who's that? Who does? Nobody does that.
Dude, that was sick.
So yeah, Chad Schoetle Arts. He just does some incredible stuff, and always he's taking commissions. And I've never seen him do anything bad. I have like 3 or 4 sketch covers from him. Oh, actually, I was talking about it. Well, as long as I'm here, I suppose I said that he did the centerfold for our Comics Curing Cancer art book back here. I have the original art for it. I bought the original art at our auction. So
yeah, that's sick. Look at that. Look at the detail. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, this is great. So he drew it. This is all hand drawn, and then later on he would color it digitally for our final piece. But taking the kid that's recovering from cancer treatment, and he's pictured himself there with Captain America, the Captain Americas and stuff. This was our centerfold. Just amazing piece. Chad just does awesome work.
Wow, that's beautiful. And my friend Indra, I knew it was you. Hello again.
All right. This gentleman, holy cow, there's a Scarecrow. Ooh. This is from a gentleman named Scott Morse. Scott, I went to high school with.
Really?
And yeah, I did. Remember, big shocker here. He did all the artwork for our class throughout the years. He would go on to get a job working for Pixar, and basically just about if there's a Pixar movie that your kids have seen, he worked on it. And he also had done work on like some of the DC books like Green Arrow and stuff. And then later on, he actually does a lot of Scholastic kids books, does like the Magic Pickle and some Zombies in the Dugout and some various other Scholastic kids book stuff. Very creative gentleman. He was nice enough to do. He was doing a fundraiser for when the Hawaiian Islands caught on fire.
Oh, okay.
He did this thing for $100. He posted, he did these sketch covers, and with the proceeds going to the charity. And so I had it. This is the first one I ever had him do. Well, later on, go to have a couple more done from him, and he's done some stuff with us worked with Comics Curing Cancer, but absolutely fabulous. Most recently, he just did a book. Actually, I can't grab, but where he collaborated with something like 300 or 200, something like different artists, comic book creators, and they each wrote 1-page comic, and he illustrated them all. So
nice.
So the entire book is his illustrations, but everybody from Scotty Young to all these other guys writing just a 1-page story, and it was all tied around noir and sci-fi.
Oh, nice.
Very cool book. But so Scott Morse.
That was a beautiful one.
I'll do this other one because this is Scarecrow as well, and then I'll go back to this. This was one again. One of these things. This Scarecrow. This one, wow. This is a $50 sketch cover. It was a pre-done. I was walking at Heroes Con. I was walking to go get a hot dog for lunch.
Lazy.
And I saw this out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, oh my goodness, what is that? And the artist wasn't at his table. It said, I'll be back later. So, oh, okay. So I'll go get my hot dog, come back. He's still not there. So I kept going back and forth like every 2 or 3 minutes. So finally he was there. And I was like, dude, grabbed it, yoink, $50. It's mine all day long.
Oh, day.
This guy, he goes by the moniker Scaredy-cat. He does like a lot of like cat drawings and stuff normally, but this was just phenomenal. I love having Batman on the chessboard, and stuff. Just great book.
Dang, that's a steal. $50 came up on that one.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. There's lots of these great deals that you can get for between $50 to $100 at these cons from some of these up and coming artists that are out there in Artist Alley. Don't just walk by all these guys at Artist Alley. Take a look and see what they got going on. You'll be amazed what you can find. This one.
Oh yeah.
So this is a gentleman, Brandon McKinney. Now, Brandon McKinney is the storyboard artist on the Harley Quinn show for HBO.
Oh.
He's also does the Kite Man show. He does Lower Decks. He's done Transformers stuff. So he's been doing a while. He's a storyboard artist. I asked him if he would do the 2 characters for me. He said, yeah. I ran into him. This was at originally at a little local convention, one of these hotel lobby kind of conventions, where I started having a conversation with him, and then he got hooked up with us at Comics Curing Cancer after this, and he's done some phenomenal work for us over the years. As a matter of fact, I think Mike got one of the pieces from our auction this year that he did. But I asked him if he wouldn't mind if he would also extend the vines. Like I said, I haven't laid down. I want some vines maybe on the backside. And he goes, okay. And I didn't realize he was going to add a 3rd character.
Nice.
Where she has Frank swallowing the Joker.
That is sick. Wow.
So yeah,
that's a banger.
That was fun. I of course had him since do a couple pieces for me, but again, I've talked about you just looking at the artists that are up there and stuff. And there was a gentleman, Wilfredo Torres. He's from Puerto Rico, and he has a very classic comic book style. When you look at his artwork, his line work, everything, it just screams like 1950s, 1960s. If you got you want a Silver Age style or Golden Age style, it's like this guy just screams it. So the first time I had him do a sketch cover for me, I had him do a Rocketeer sketch cover. And he's okay, here you go. He did his headshot. He's all $55. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you right. You said $55. That's not right. You got to pay more. You got to charge me more than that.
Yeah.
And I ended up giving like a $35 tip. So this last go around, I was doing a bunch of JSA characters, original JSA characters. I started getting characters on. So I reached out to him. I said, "Hey, would you do one for me?" He goes, "Yep." So let's do the Sandman.
Oh,
So he busts out this Sandman. And again, he tries to charge me like $75. And I'm like, dude, I'm not hearing that shit. You're undervaluing your time, your effort, and your skill. And so I think he said, fine, I guess I can charge you 100 if you want. I said, great. So I gave him 120. And I was happy to do so.
Wow.
Because and what's great about that is, look, that he'll never forget me now.
Oh no.
Twice I've bid him up. Overpaid him on stuff and get great work, and it's a great relationship, and I'm happy to, because this is just a phenomenal looking little Sandman. It's simple but just brilliant.
Yeah, it's just, that's the part I was gonna say. He did it so simple, but it just speaks so many volumes.
Right.
Dude.
Yeah. Wilfredo Torres. Not to be confused with Will Torres. This is another Chad Schoetle. I didn't realize I had two Chad Schoetels here. This is my more recent one.
That one's
this is
fire.
one of those JSA ones.
Yeah, that one's fire.
Yeah,
I love the shadows and everything is beautiful.
This one was less than $100. He had a Heroes Con special where he was like going ahead of Heroes Con. He advertised, sign up for a certain number of spots, take a spot, X amount off of his regular price. And then on top of that, he donated 50% to Comics Curing Cancer.
Wow, nice.
So I'm all, yep, okay.
Woo.
Another gentleman that again I ran into at one of these cons, and then he ended up working with us with Comics Curing Cancer, because I use this as a gateway. Also, I mean, since I'm helping to run this charity, I will use this to build relationships with these artists. So when I'm going to them and asking them to contribute to us, it's not a cold relation. Hey, would you just give me something? It's like, hey, I've already given you stuff. I'm not expecting anything. It's not, hey, if you can't do it, you're great. I know you got schedules and everything else, but I'm not just some weird guy out of nowhere, right? I've done business with you, and I'm going to continue to do stuff. But this is a gentleman, used to be a police officer, and then he's retired, and he's now does art. And he's working for Dynamite now, doing stuff. His name is Dan Needlinger, and Dan, he's done a lot. I've done like 3 or 4 pieces from him, but this one was one of these ones where I saw him post one of these, and I was like, oh my God, that is just so perfect. So simple, simple and classic. And I'm like, oh, damn it. And he goes, I'll do another one for you. And I said, all right. Normally I try not to get more than 3 from the same guy, but I'll make an exception here. And so, I was like, this is just too cool. And give me this simple, give me the dick, Tracy.
Everybody needs dick. That is cool.
The guy is so far ahead of his time. It's great. He's so classic, but he's so far ahead of his time. He was talking to his watch long before we all thought it could be possible.
Yeah. Wow.
And he's another one where he did artwork for us, and I bought some original art from him.
Oh, nice.
When he did this piece for us for Comics Curing Cancer.
Hell yeah.
So, I liked it because it kind of reminded me like the old savings bonds or war bonds type things, which I love. I love those types of propaganda art and those savings bonds and those types of art. So when this style was done, I was like, yep, I'm grabbing that
right there.
All right, I got about like 6 or 7 more.
All right.
I went over what you had, but that's because I did 2 first. two different categories.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Todd Beats. Todd Beats has blown up. It's funny. Is like when I first I don't, I'm not saying that I found him, but when I first found him, he was just doing some little stuff on Instagram. It hadn't really kind of blown up. This at the time was like only a $200 commission. Now this will cost you over $400 something dollars.
Yeah.
He does things that are got so much energy in them, even though they're standing still. This Rhino he's also done a Talon for me from Batman. And then recently for us, he did an incredible Juggernaut piece that's in our 2025 art book. I keep mentioning this art book, by the way. I'll take this opportunity to plug it because I can. If you haven't picked one of these up, the Comics Curing Cancer 2025 art book. Comics Curing Cancer, an official campaign of the American Cancer Society. It's a campaign that I run. You can go to comicscuringcancer.org. There's a link. You can actually still get some of these. We have a small quantity remaining, filled with all kinds of art from professional artists and community artists alike that did pieces to help inspire and discuss cancer. And 100% of the proceeds, actually, I should rephrase that. Not just 100% of the sale price of these books goes to the American Cancer Society.
That is sick. Anyways,
so Todd Beats did an incredible piece inside that book, featuring the Juggernaut that's in there. Just absolutely cool. Yeah, you can swap the head. Sure, it'd be Gray Hulk. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Rhino, because I'm doing those Spider-Man robes. I'm going to drink some coffee, but this next one, I know you've seen this next one before. because this next one came out of WonderCon last year. This one is just blew my mind after I had him do this. I saw the list of artists that are going to be at the con. I went and looked at their Instagrams. I found his style to be amazing. He does a dichromatic color schemes. He doesn't do full colors. He typically. So, but he again had that dichromatic color scheme lends itself very well to classic characters and stuff. So I reached out to him and said, hey, would you do a Rocketeer cover for me? He said, yes. I said, I want him punching a Nazi. And he said, yes. And so we ended up with Venom from Death.
Wow.
His Instagram handle is Death, DETH Designs. Death is absolutely phenomenal. He did this. He did a sketch cover, an incredible Shocker sketch cover for us for Comics Curing Cancer, which I ended up having to buy because I've never seen the Shocker look so goddamn good. Yeah. And I've got and actually he's got another piece in he's working on for me for WonderCon this year. So he's going to be at WonderCon, and I signed him up. He's doing he's doing a Damian Wayne in the gray and red costume.
Oh, okay.
Standing atop a gargoyle on top of the city with his hood up. Yeah. So full scene, everything is like $200.
Nice. That's amazing though. This Rocketeer just like is sick.
It is. But there are books that still look even more insane. This year, going to Heroes Con, I had reached out to, again, one of these artists that I'd looked at his stuff online and stuff online. I said, okay, that looks pretty cool. I reached out to him and said, hey, I'm trying to do these JSA books. I'd love for you to do a Hawkman for me. And he said, oh, I don't have any JSA blanks. And I was reaching out to him like 2 weeks before the show. So there was no way for me to send him the book ahead of time. And so he goes, but I could do some other stuff. And so I said, okay, fine. Why don't you do from the list of other characters I was looking for? He said, oh, I'll do the Tombstone for Spider-Man. I said, okay, great. So I go there Friday, I see him, and I go to pick it up early Friday, and he pulls this out. What the hell? There's the fucking most awesome freaking tombstone I've seen in my life.
Yeah,
and I was just like, and everybody around is like, oh, just jaws dropping, looking at it. I'm like, you're insane.
That is.
I said, man, now I really wish I had reached out to you earlier to be able to do the Hawkman. And he goes, oh, you know what? My schedule didn't fill up as much as I thought it was going to. He says, if you want, I can do the Hawkman for you at the show. And I said, oh, really?
Oh. Back to back.
And Hawkman never looked that damn good.
Hell yeah. You get one of those.
Yes! Yes!
This is the artist, his name is Eric Henson. And Eric is just stunning. His marker work is phenomenal. And just
hell yeah.
Yeah. So,
dude, I can't tell which one I like better.
Right? That's why it's being featured here. I couldn't pick just one.
Yeah.
And it's a great story together about,
the two, oh man, I don't know. They're both amazing. Wow. That's sick. Wow. John's got my words right there. Wow. That's all.
Yeah. Wow. So another artist that I as I was walking through the alleys at WonderCon this year, again looking through books that were already pre-done, I found this next book in there, and it was $75. And I was like, it was obviously it had been done a while ago, and he hadn't moved it for whatever reason, so he had marked it down. It was originally listed at 150, and so he marked it down half price to $75. And it was this Green Goblin. This is from an artist named Jevin Loop. Jevin Loop does his own independent comic called Nuke Chicken. But I was like, oh, $75.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I've started following him, and he did on Instagram, of course, and I'm watching stuff he does. And the other day, or actually not the other day, but a couple months ago, he posted that he was going to be at this other convention that I wasn't going to, but he was doing a special, a commission special. And he goes, $25 commissions. Now, this includes the blank.
Oh, wow.
Right. So I reached out to him. I said, hey, can I get two? One of them I'm going to donate to Comics Curing Cancer. And I gave him my spiel.
Yeah.
And so we got one of them. We had him do a Venom that we donated and went to Comics Curing Cancer. But I asked if because he's a little bit on the cartoony side of things, I said, hey, would you do Condiment Man for me, or Condiment King? And he goes, yes.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, shit.
$25, brother.
Whoa, that's a steal and a half right there.
Yeah. Dude, so $25 for a full color bust.
That is
absolutely hell yeah.
Wow, hell yeah, dude.
And that it came out phenomenally. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't ask for a better Condiment King.
Yeah. That is cool. Dang.
So it's always fun paying attention and looking at these artists. Last two books.
All right.
Last two books are from the same artist. Again, they were examples of just walking around the con, walking through the artist alley, looking at some books that caught my eye as I'm kind of looking and scanning around. And Yarn Man. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. I saw this first book jumped out at me, and I think you'll understand why, being a sci-fi guy and a Tim Burton guy.
Oh, yeah. That is sick. Hell yeah, dude. Let's go. Oh shoot, that is fire.
I'm like, damn, dude. Again, this was, I don't know, I think it was like $75, maybe $100 at most, but it was so freaking cool. And I'm like, God, this is John Brugman is the name of the artist. And I'm just like, that is insanely awesome. I need that in my life.
Hell yeah.
And so I definitely picked that up. And while I'm there, he had a stack of books. And as I'm flipping through the stack of books, there was another book that jumped out
version next to
and caught my attention. That is not a character that I'm big on. I know a lot of people love him. He's just not a character that I've really ever gotten into, but the artwork was so amazing. As an art guy, I had to have this one. This is Swamp Thing.
Ooh. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, both of these pre-done. They're like $75 sitting there waiting for somebody just to walk along and claim them.
Hell yeah. How could you pass that up?
Yeah, there's a lot. Well, a lot of people do because they're not paying attention, they're not looking, whatever. So the moral of the story is, if you're an art person, whether you want to commission and pay high dollar for commissions, or you just want to get something, whatever, there are lots of great, amazing values out there. If you're at a con, walking around, taking a look at them, ready done stuff, you may later on develop a relationship with that artist, get something else more elaborate done or whatever else. Those types of things, those opportunities are out there. And that's really kind of what I've really loved as I've matured as a collector. I still like to pick up big books, but I also enjoy getting to make those connections to those artists that are doing the work, especially these guys that are coming up and they're cutting their teeth on here, and I can appreciate the art that goes along with it. So absolutely phenomenal.
Banger commissions, brother. Man. I appreciate knowing that you love Nightmare Before Christmas, but this is just another level of love for art. And
yeah, because when I collect comic books, there's I've get some interest. A lot of people know, but look, I don't read everything that comes in. So I do have dyslexia. It is one of the reasons why I did find joy with comics, is because comics are easier to read, because it breaks up the words and stuff into smaller blocks. There's stuff that easier to go along with. But some of the books I buy because they're the ongoing series I'm reading. There's books I buy because there's keys, because yes, I'm a hunter, big game hunter, and put big game on my trophies on my wall. But I also buy a lot of books just for the art. That I love, and that's how I got into grading comic books and having them slabbed. Wasn't because I wanted to think that they were going to be worth $1 million or something, but it was because I wanted to preserve the art. And people who would give me grief early on and stuff about like, how can you read that thing in its coffin? I don't give a shit about reading, whether it be, I don't care to read it. I just want to look at the art on it. I want to hang it on my wall. I want to have this beautiful piece of art. If I move on from it and sell it to somebody else and they want to read it, they can crack the goddamn thing open. Do what you want, collect how you want, collect what you want. That's the moral of the story. Flock their top 10 list, as you know there. I refuse to conform to their norm. Hence, I'm a black sheep, baby.
Black sheep for life, babe.
Be a bad motherfucker.
Wow. Rob, that was amazing. You made that hour fly. It felt like freaking 10 minutes just looking at your amazing collection.
I'm glad that you finally broke down and decided to settle on a poor schmuck like me to have on your show.
No, it was the other opposite way.
I don't get the opportunity often. It's so funny because I do a show showcasing other collectors.
Yes.
And I've go on, there's shows I go on for things, but there's very seldom time that I'm showcasing my stuff. And other than, of course, obviously I'm doing my show on my own channel, and that's fun, but it's always fun to be able to sit there. I think that's what's great about these types of shows, is not only a chance to expose other people to maybe something that they didn't know about. Maybe there's some artists here. Somebody else is a collector, didn't know about some of these artists. That's why I wanted to make sure I called out the names of all these artists that are going on these things, is to give them their credits due. This is, this is their livelihood and stuff. And somebody might want to know something about that. There's just like when I do anything that we do on showing off our books on our own channels, people ask questions, and I love to go in and try to answer questions that people have, because that's half of collecting, is be able to show off your shit.
Yeah.
And talk about it. Right.
Yeah, dude. But you got me thinking more on Artist Alley to stop. I usually do stop, but not as much as you do. And now you have me thinking I need to stop at every spot, because you do find books. And
that's what I love about when I go to especially when I'm going to a show like WonderCon or Heroes, where I'm going to be there for multiple days.
Yes.
I will generally budget one day to be, usually my Friday is spent in Artist Alley let me get all my signatures I want signed. Let me go make sure that all the commissions I already wanted to get set up were, and then let me start getting my survey land and seeing who's there that I didn't know about ahead of time, what's pre-done that's there. Is there anybody that I'm going, oh my God, I didn't realize he's going to be there. Oh, he's only charging that much. You're taking open commissions? Great. Let me get on your list. And I would probably say most commissions I commission at a convention, I don't walk away home. I never take them home almost.
Yeah.
Almost all the time. As soon as I hand that book to them, because I always have my information on the back of the book, I always let them know, hey, if you get that, no problem, no big deal. My information on the back, I'm perfectly fine. If you need to take it home and work on it at your time, at your leisure, I will pay for shipping back to me. And, I'll try to get it done this weekend. Hey, again, no problem. But if something else comes up, somebody else, and they'll have other people come up that really want to get it done right then and there. I'm going to get a much better commission from them. Either if I either arrange it ahead of time and send the books to them and let them work on it and have it ready for me at the con, or if I give them the books at the con and they can take it away and get it back to me, versus them having this stack feeling like that of commissions they took on. They're at the con, they're trying to work on it. Well, people are coming up to them, talk, where they're pausing what they're doing and having to go over here. Then
yeah. That's the one thing I did pick up, and I tend to do. I go, take your time. I go, if you need more time than the 3 days, I'm cool with that.
Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You get beautiful work, and they know that you're waiting for that amazing art. So yeah, definitely. And Jim Lee is up there.
Yeah, well, Jim Lee's in a point where some of these really big name artists are obviously there's when it comes to pricing on those things, when you get to a certain point, it's not about whether or not their art is really worth that much money. There's so much demand. He can't do them all. He's got real life opportunities and job requirements, everything else that take on his responsibilities, that you set a price that pushes enough people away that you can, it's like, okay, it sucks that somebody who might be a big Jim Lee fan is never going to get an original piece from him, probably, but he's not what he was in 1990. He's a little bit busier man today. And so even still, if you do cough up the $2,500 for a head sketch or whatever, it's still like a year wait or something for him. So, and it's not a knock on him. It's a tribute to how much he means to so many people that he has to do that. But that's great. That's where these opportunities are to find, will Jim Brugman become the next
Next Jim
Mark
Lee.
Silvestri.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not Jim Lee. Let's not be carried away. Maybe the Mark Silvestri. Maybe the there's a lot of rock stars out there that they could become, right?
Yeah,
Not everybody can become Metallica, but
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
I'm still blown away with all the beautiful art you just showed me.
Just a fraction
I
of
know,
what I have.
but taking the time and showing that to
I do have. It's funny because I talk about all the slabs and stuff I have of these ones that are encapsulated. I have like 4 boxes of sketch covers that are done, and I still have a whole bunch that haven't been encapsulated or whatever.
Oh wow. Whoa, that's crazy. But we're gonna leave it at that because usually we try to do an hour. I appreciate
and I already booked you over 50% over.
That's
I'm
okay.
an overachiever, baby.
No, I'll take that. Make sure you follow him. If you don't follow him, his information is on the bottom. If you don't, make sure you go support Comics Curing Cancer for a great cause. So always
follow the Black Sheep Comic Club.
Yes, Black Sheep Comic Club. Low grades later on today, and you have his show on Saturday. Make sure you follow him. Make sure if you want some great content, you follow our brother right here. Rob, again, thank you for chilling with me, brother. Yeah. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing you at WinterCon and everybody else. Guys, get out there to those cons, support your local artists, support your local comic book shop, and we'll see you at the cons.
Take care, guys. You guys have a good day. See you later, guys.